I'm Marlon Wayans, and this is my last meal.
Every person has exactly two things in common. We all gotta eat and we're all gonna die. Today's guest is legendary actor, writer, and stand-up comedian who you might recognize from Scary Movie, Requiem for a Dream, and White Chicks. His new movie, Him, is out on September 19th, and he was the only performing arts student at LaGuardia High School to do Shakespeare in sweatpants. Marlon Wayans, welcome to the show.
You did some research, but thank you. But I will disagree. I think most people have two things in common, which is, we all gotta eat and we all gotta die. But I feel like I'm gonna live forever, and I'm gonna miss you all. I'm gonna miss you.
I hope you come speak at my funeral.
I for sure will.
Have you thought about your last meal before?
No, never think about what would my last meal be? Because like I said, I want to exceed mortality. I want to be here forever. And everybody's like, why do you want to be here forever? Because I have FOMO. And so when I go, I'm be so mad. Everybody's having so much fun, and I'm just stuck in a coffin somewhere.
I think everyone's afraid of death. Some people think that by thinking about it, you're sort of getting closer to it, and that makes it more scary. For some people, that makes it less scary to think about it. Which one are you?
I just don't think about it.
Yeah.
I'm one of those guys that just kind of avoid it because I just live moment to moment. And as long as I'm having fun in each moment and I'm collecting smiles, then I don't care about when it ends or how it ends. I just care about what I'm doing while I'm here.
You sound like you're really serious when you talk about living forever.
Yeah.
Are you doing any of the longevity stuff?
Absolutely.
Are you sleeping in hyperbaric chambers?
No, we ain't doing all that. But I do have take NAD every day, and I do have green juice, and I work out, 4 or 5 days a week. I try to live healthy, and then I'll have my bourbon and my cigar, my Liga Tridente cigar, and that's my toxins for the day.
They call that the detox-retox
Yes,
process.
that's how I live.
You ready to eat?
I've been ready. Thought you never asked. I'm like, where's the food?
All right, Marlon, for the first course of your final meal, we have the Maple and Ash Seafood Tower. This has that beautiful chili oil and a whole lot of incredible butter infused right into that seafood. And then we have the Dirty Martini with 3 olives, just a little bit of that olive brine in there to really punch up that saltiness. And of course, the pasta back on the seafood tower to finish it off.
This whole time you was talking and the whole time they was setting up, I just literally just wanted to dig in. I didn't hear a word you said, and they was teasing me with this. Sometimes I do stand up in Chicago. I will make sure I go to Maple and Ash at least 2 times during that trip. I don't care how many shows I'm doing. I gotta stop by Maple and Ash, and I gotta have me a wood fire grill seafood tower with the pasta back. Wow. See what I'm saying? This is our last meal. We did it.
This is it.
We did it. Bye, y'all. Bye. Bye. Let's go eat the insides of this little guy.
Let's do it. But you said when your mom had enough kids, she just stopped doing any household tasks because she had her little army of elves. When it was your turn to do the cooking, did you have any signature dishes?
My brother, Keenan, used to come home, and I would cook him breakfast, because that was my way of saying thank you for all that you do for us. So him and Damon, I would always cook them breakfast. I'd have on my daddy's drawers, because I couldn't afford my own underwear a lot of time. And I would just chef up some French toast. So French toast, eggs, and I make really good fried chicken.
I've heard that you do have some issues with food safety, though.
Really?
Is it true that one time you were making baked chicken and you dropped a piece on the ground?
Oh.
It got dusty and dirty.
You read too much.
And you tried to serve it to your sister Kim, and she, quote, choked your ass out. Did that really happen?
She did. I just forgave her for that last year.
I'm glad we could be ending relations.
Well, it wasn't my fault. Yes, it was. And I apologize. I should have apologized to my sister long ago. That was my bad. But I was young. I didn't know.
Yeah, I've done the same thing, too.
I didn't know how she knew. I'm like, how did you know? I guess it was like a mark on the floor with a splash, like the chicken, like, bah.
Like a crime scene investigator scene, the chicken grease.
It was really good.
Did any of your other siblings, either good or bad, have any foods that they made that you remember?
Keenan made really good breakfast. He used to cook for us all the time. My sister Kim makes a great turkey and a great stuffing. She cooks every Thanksgiving.
Dude, seafood and martini. Did your sister Nadia make anything that you remember?
Nadia made Moolah mush. So we was poor, and sometimes we couldn't afford like meat and food and stuff. There was nothing in the closet to eat. So there was like flour, water, salt, and pepper, and we had lard. So my sister would fry the lard, make it hot, and then basically make a flour pancake with salt and pepper in it, and we called it Moolah Mush.
That's crazy, man.
When you in the projects, you're gonna survive. We didn't have time for wow.
I get
that's
it, man.
Moolah Mush. That's
I get
wild.
it. I think it's kind of beautiful. It's like looking at Great
How
Depression
do you
recipes.
know about Moolah Mush, bro?
What do you mean, man?
That's crazy.
I read too much.
I don't think I ever said that. You're a psychic.
If you wanted
You
to
can tell
like
the white person made this Moolah Mush because it's too heavy. And here's what I'm
judge
gonna do.
or also, it was a Filipino man named Tony.
Billy Tony, for you. But I'm gonna take your Moolah Mush and I'm gonna dip it in this sauce.
There's kind of a beautiful full circle coming from eating Moolah Mush to not only eating the seafood tower, but eating it multiple times when you're going on tour. That's kind of beautiful. Like
I made it, mama.
you really did though. Do the finer things in life mean so much more to you coming from that poor background?
I'm just grateful, right? I think, period, to God for my entire journey. And yes, being raised the way we were raised with no money, being poor, we were rich in love and rich in family. And if I ever went back to being poor again, I know that you can still be happy there. Money hasn't made me any happier. The finer things in life, I've learned, aren't the finer things in life. The finer things in life is to enjoy life, enjoy every meal, enjoy every conversation, enjoy every encounter, enjoy your losses.
Yeah.
So there is no bad in life. Everything in life is good as long as you're living.
Yeah.
But being that I'm gonna live forever, and this is your last meal, cheers.
That's fine, man.
To
I've
Moolah
also
Mush.
lived a good life, man. I got to eat Moolah Mush with Marlon Wayans. That's pretty cool.
You know what I'm saying?
One of my favorite stories that you've told, though, is how you used to take your mom out on, like, weekly date nights.
Yes, ma'am.
And she used to get the Wagyu steak.
Yeah.
You know, so it sounds like being able to introduce your mom to those finer things in life meant a whole lot to you.
That was a treat for me to take my mother out, because my mother always complained about my father never taking her out.
Yeah.
But we were poor. We didn't have money to take you out. I remember she once took her to Benihana's. And, Benihana's, she ordered a drink, and that drink came with a ceramic Benihana. And so he took her twice, and my mother kept those ceramic Benihanas as a reminder of those 2 times that my father took her out. I always wanted my mother to feel the love that she always craved, that she sometimes couldn't get from my dad. So when it comes to my mom, I used to take her out every Monday. I don't care where I was in the world. I'm flying to California, or if I'm flying to New York, and I'm taking her out. We go to a great restaurant, and when we pull up to the valet, the driver would open her door, and she'd go, no. My son's gonna do that. He don't like when people open the door for me. He got it. And he grabbed the cane, he got it. So I would get her cane, I'd hold her hand, I'd open her door, I'd take her to the restaurant. We'd eat. I let her order whatever she want on the menu. I want that Wagyu, even though it was like $450 per steak. But it doesn't matter. I mean, and one time she was cursing me out because she had dementia, and she would curse me out, and she was eating this $400 steak. And I was like, look, you're going to have to hold this argument till you get that $400 steak out your mouth. Or we're going to go have sirloin or ground chuck.
We're going to the Sizzler next time.
And so, pay the bill, I walk her back to her car, I take her back home, she go on the balcony and she waved down, hi, bye, baby, I had a beautiful time. I love you, mama, I love you too. And I would drive off, and 2 minutes later, my mother would call me in the car, I had a beautiful time with you. You sure know how to treat a lady. And we had those magical moments until, she finally couldn't do it no more.
Yeah.
But I miss those days. So now I do it with my family, my children, my daughter, my little one. I take her out Monday nights.
Yeah.
We go on to dinner.
That's beautiful, man. We got to get to this pasta back
Let's
situation.
go.
So I'm going to set up. So at the restaurant, what we've learned is they will come out
Yep.
with pasta.
Yep.
And they will take all of the leftover seafood juices.
No, they don't.
No, they don't do that. You're the veteran here.
You take and you dump the pasta
Into there.
into
and then we
there.
eat it straight out of
But
there.
you can dump it because that'll make it like,
We'll kind of cook into it a little bit.
yeah.
Yeah.
So let's go. Now, what I would like to do
Please.
is we're going to throw some
Toss
of
it
this
in. Toss it in.
pasta in there.
I know this is my last
throw some
meal,
of this
but I'd
fish
like
in
you to curate this because you're
Yeah,
gonna
we
live forever.
do this. I am gonna live forever. So this is your last meal, and I'm gonna treat you right.
I don't know, man. I'm not calling you daddy, but like I do like appreciate this. You know what I'm saying? Like I do like.
I'm your
it's nice.
daddy. Now we take this, and boom. Now we gonna throw this back in
get
here,
the hell
and you don't
outta
put it all in there. You just put a little bit in there, and now you have some of that pasta back. Boom.
What a romantic date night, Zaddy. Thank you so much for taking me out here.
You welcome, boo.
I don't get to do nice
You
things.
welcome, boo. You know, that's what daddy do. You know, that's what Zaddy do. You know what I'm saying? I take care of my white hoes. You know what I'm saying?
We've discussed I might be 3% African. We did talk about that.
Okay, well,
Yeah,
I told you.
3%.
You still don't have enough to say the N-word.
I never
but
said that I
maybe
wanted
in a
to say
song.
that. To be clear-
Maybe if you're singing lyrics at karaoke, I'll forgive it.
He did say that I could do that, but I want you to know that I don't want to. That's all I'm saying. You know?
You know what's crazy was I tell my white friends, I say, you gotta have a pass. It's like a passport. You have to stamp it with every black person you meet, every new black neighborhood. Just because I give you an N-word pass don't mean that's a universal pass. That goes for the district and the people in the hood that you are familiar with. Everyone you go to, you got to get a different pass. So you get a pass, karaoke pass.
I appreciate that, but they do redistricting sometimes, and there's an app where you can just see what district, what jurisdiction you're in there. I want to ask about growing up in such a big, funny family. The landscape of entertainment would look completely different without the Wayanses.
Yeah.
Just tracking to In Living Color, you had 5 Wayans siblings. You had Jennifer Lopez. You had David Allen Greer. You had Tommy Davidson. You had Jamie Foxx. You had Jim Carrey. So many things sprung from just that. What ultimately do you want your legacy to be for the comedy and entertainment landscape when it's all said and done?
You know, I don't really think about that. But what I will say is my brother Keenan was a visionary. You know, what he did with In Living Color, what he did with I'ma Get You Sucker, what he did with my family. Like God was in him. Because that came from a very special, unselfish place to make sure that his siblings were taken care of, to make sure that he helped his mother and father and buy them a house after he's seen them struggle their whole life. I'm blessed.
Yeah.
I've had 5, I grew up in a house with legends. So I think Keenan had the baton, and he taught us how to be farmers and agriculturalists. When that baton is in my hand right now, I want us to be industry, education, and philanthropy. And philanthropy I'm passing on. That's my son and them. That's their baton. That's Craig and them. That's their baton.
Yeah.
But we're going to be industry, and we're going to do education, which is institution. And that's continuing legacy. You know, I read the book, 8 Habits of Highly Successful People, and that's the blueprint. Yeah. And so what Keenan and Damon did, and Kim and Sean, you know, they blazed a trail for me, and I follow that, and then I was like, no, I gotta go this way, because I can't follow you guys where you took me, because I gotta take your kids and my kids somewhere else.
If they made a Wayans family biopic, would it just be cast with other younger generation Wayans?
You're goddamn right. That's the only way to do it.
Which Wayans is playing you, man?
My son gotta play me. But he may not be goofy enough to play me. You know what? I'd have to say Axel. My 2-year-old would have to play me.
Yeah?
Because she gets me.
Get ready for the role right now,
She's
man.
crazy enough. She's little me.
All right, give me 1 sec. I gotta go check on the next course. I need 3 chicken, 1 salad all day, chef.
Yes, chef.
We've cooked meals in this kitchen for some of the biggest celebrities on the planet, and the one thing that every meal has in common is that at least something has come from a Kroger family store. And that's because, well, for true grocery heads like us, Kroger has everything we could ever possibly want. Whether it's fresh arugula, endive, and radicchio for a beautiful tricolore salad, or free-range organic chicken for the best dang chicken satay you've ever had, if it comes from a Kroger family store, we know it's going to be high quality and delicious. Hands, chefs! I need hands!
Why are you yelling? We're right here.
I'm sorry, I get carried away sometimes. Marlon, for the second course of your final meal, we have the spicy seafood soup from Nobu with a little bit of Nigori sake, and then we have a tricolore salad that has the arugula, the endive, and the radicchio in it, and then of course the chicken satay from Mr. Chow's with the peanut sauce on the side, and Mr. Chow's special hot sauce, and garnished with a little bit of fresh mint.
Yama.
Can I pour you up? Yama.
Yeah, and I'll pour you. Damn, you have a hell of a pour.
It's actually traditional to overflow the sake glass as a sign of overflowing riches in your life. There he goes.
How's that?
I'll check it. Okay, okay, cheers.
Cheers.
What are we eating here? Should we go with the salad first?
Yes. We're gonna go with the tricolore salad. I usually have this when I go to Pache. Sometimes I take Axel on a date there, and we go and she tears the place up.
Talking about filming Requiem for a Dream and Scary Movie at the same time.
I was filming Requiem
nuts.
for a Dream, Scary Movie, and Dungeons and Dragons.
Jesus Christ.
All at the same time.
Man.
The concept of doing all three of those movies at the same time is crazy.
Yeah.
But I'm crazy.
I've noticed, it's great.
I think you either take your insanity and you turn it into genius, or you just become insane. You have to do. I'm a doer. And the more I do, and I don't know, my assistant, I drive her Ebony crazy. And it's because she's like, you added a show? And I'm like, yeah, because I work.
Yeah.
Because that occupies any empty space in my mind. I'm here for a purpose. I'm working.
What are you afraid of that empty space? Because a lot of people like to live in that empty space.
I'm afraid that I'm wasting time. If I'm going to be here, I'm going to leave behind something beautiful, because then if I'm gone, because you know I'm living forever. If I'm gone, everybody's going to have, the world's going to have all this stuff that I left behind that they can watch. And so when I'm gone, I'm still living. I'm living through their laughs. I'm living through what I made them feel. I'm living through what I taught them. This synapse called life. What are you doing in that synapse? I dedicate to my art. I just thought, let me just work. I'm gonna do stand-up. I'm gonna do characters. I'm gonna do drama. I'm gonna go to performing arts high school. I'm gonna go to film school. I'm gonna write movies. And what I've applied myself to has allowed me to be something even different than my heroes. Yeah. Robin Williams, Eddie Murphy, Jim Carrey, Damon Wayans. I want to be an undeniable force of nature, and that's what my brother raised me to be. That's what he whispered in my ear about what success was. And I take that shit very seriously.
It comes through, man. I mean, comedy, drama, intensity, it all comes through in your movie Him. And all of those things come through really, really hard. I believe Jordan Peele took you aside on set and said, hey, let me take 15 minutes to tell you how special you are.
You be reading too much, will you?
I read a lot, man. I like to read.
Are you on my shoulder?
Here's the thing.
Snowflake, you watching me?
But why do you think Jordan took the time to do that?
Because I think Jordan understands that we're made from the same cloth. Mm-hmm. Jordan Peele understands how hard it is to do sketch, how hard it is to do comedy, how hard it is to be able to take this light and this energy and this desperate thing that you have to make people laugh and to hone that energy into making people feel.
Yeah.
And then to come out of that energy to make people laugh again. There's rare people that know what it takes and have assigned themselves to this tireless journey of being an artist.
Oh, man. Dig into the soup. The soup's getting cold, man.
Oh, thank God, because it's spicy. You're going to sweat.
Yeah?
Yeah, you're going to ask me for my washcloth. Oh, yeah.
Shit. Ooh, that is, man.
Ooh.
All spicy seafood. This is...
That one right there. Woo!
Talking about this idea of legacy and charging hard for greatness, and you're obviously on track to be like one of the goats of comedy. In the movie Him, they take a pretty harsh lens on the idea of sacrificing for this idea of almost being this kind of God-given savior. There's so many different parallels to your life that you could draw from that movie, but I'm curious where you found the most similarities.
I don't know if Jordan Peele and Justin Tipping know, but they probably saved my life.
No shit.
I had lost 65 people I loved.
Jeez.
And I had a new baby, and I was doing so much. And then I got this movie, Him. I looked at this character, and I was like, he's dark. So I got to dive in a dark pool to find this character. All right, let's go. So I dove in this murky pool to go find this character. Went on walks, started meditating, sitting in red light therapy, read a bunch of books, read Relentless by Tim Groven, just what it takes to be a great. And I dove in that pool to get Isaiah. And I grabbed Isaiah's hand and I looked up and I saw Marlon. I saw Marlon Wayans just floating like dead in the pool.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh wait, I know I'm getting this character. but I need to go get him.
Yeah.
He's broken, but he doesn't even know his potential yet. Let me go breathe life into Marlon. But come on, Isaiah. So Isaiah meet Marlon.
Yeah.
So him became him. And I understand through God's journey and through the lens of God, understanding what now I'm supposed to do. And I haven't owned what I am or what I do. I've been very humble about, but now you have to own it, right? At this point, you got to own it. And it only comes from the confidence of doing the work. And I don't get tired because I'm inspired. But this movie allowed me to see through Isaiah's eyes what it takes to be a GOAT, what Marlon needed. And now I feel like, oh, I get it.
Yeah.
Cheers. Let's have some chicken satay. All right, so you're going to dip this.
All right.
And then you're going to take and put some hot sauce on it. Because I like seeing you sweat, because I'm sweating.
Hey, me too, man.
It's delicious.
Now, Marlon, for the third course of your final meal on Earth, we have the fried chicken flight. The first one is going to be a classic spicy southern fried chicken. We're using some Cajun seasoning on this, and of course, gotta have the Louisiana hot sauce. And then we have the Nashville hot chicken. I know you're a cultured guy, so we're going over to Korea for some sweet soy garlic glazed chicken, and then finally the Sichuan hot chicken.
I just love this. I'm eating with a knife and fork. Delectable.
Did somebody in your life and family make fried chicken for you?
My mother, once.
Just once?
After that, my mama had 10 kids. She was tired.
Yeah.
And we became her elves. And this is where my mama taught us how to make it when we was little. Marlon, okay, get the flour, put it in the thing, and then mama gonna come in there and do the rest. All right, now take some Lawry's and get some adobe seasoning and some garlic powder. Then take the chicken and throw it in that flour, and then let mama know, and I'll come in there and do the rest. Okay, now put it in the oil and let it boil, and then let mama know when it start popping. Okay, mama, it's popping. All right, now take the chicken, place it one by one in that powder, and then put it inside the pot. All right, mama gonna come in there and do the rest right after you flip this chicken. Now flip it again. Okay, I'm gonna go in there. I flipped it, mama. Now it's all golden brown. All right, take it out, put it on a napkin, and put it on a plate. And then mama gonna come do the rest. Okay, mama, it's on the plate. And my mama come in the kitchen, put the hot sauce on the chicken, taste the chicken and go, woo, I made that.
She really was the funniest Wayans.
Brilliant.
She really was.
That woman
All the way
knew
through.
timing. That's my I Love Lucy.
Yeah. You have one of the most spectacular stand-up specials I've ever seen called Good Grief.
Yeah.
That at the same time is like very raw emotional earnestness about the death of both your parents. And then also just laugh out loud, funny moments. I lost both my parents, and I found that
Oh man, you too young for that. How old are you?
Dead mama gang. 33.
Gang. No,
Right.
dead parents gang.
Dead parents
gang. Gang. You too young. That's what.
life.
No, but see, that is what makes me grateful.
Yeah.
Everybody looks at the loss, and they're not thinking about how lucky I was to have my parents for 48 years. I had my mama. For 51 years, I had my daddy. Because I look at you and I go, oh, come in. It's all right. You wouldn't be you if it wasn't for what they did. And I think deep pain makes for great artists. I didn't think I was ready for anything in terms of dramatic acting, in terms of where I'm going, until my parents died. And once they were gone, something hit me. Just magically, I was like, oh shit. I know what I gotta do. I know what I'm made of. I have this deep pain inside of me now, where I used to have to manufacture tears. They're just a thought away.
Yeah.
And then I go, what's funny about the things that hurt me the most? And that's when I got funny. When I started talking about what hurt me. And telling the truth, the painful truth in a funny way is what I do. It's how you wire yourself. Is it a burden or is it a purpose?
There's a moment in that special where you start crying on stage, which is an incredible moment. But also for me, even the really dirty stuff, I found that when my parents passed away, everyone expected me to act a certain way. They tried to sort of put me in an emotional box, and all I wanted to do was break out of that because it was so painful.
Yeah.
Was any part of that you sort of trying to take control of your own narrative from that?
Yeah, it was the way I heal, the way I chose to heal.
Yeah.
It was cathartic to go on stage every night and talk about my mother and my father. You know, it's crazy. I'm crazy. Before I did God Loves Me, my mother had passed. So I had a great half hour about my mother passing and what was funny about it. And then I was like, but it's missing something. I need another half hour. And then I did God Love Me, and I was like, I love you, Ma, but this slap happened. I gotta talk about this right now. After I finished that special, my father died. And I was like, wow. So now I could finish this special. And I used to go on stage and I would cry a lot. And my nephew, Craig, would come on this road with me, and he'd see me working through this deep pain every night, and I'd go backstage and I would just cry. And I would just cry. Or on stage, I'd just take a minute and I would just cry because the pain of losing my parents was unbearable. I couldn't sleep at night. I just drink myself to sleep. I went through a whole lot. And what I found was my therapy was jokes. Yeah. And so it helped me run from the pain, just cracking jokes. Now I see another person, dead mama, dead daddy. Hey, gang, gang. Yeah, nobody understands that. What you guys? Wait till your mama dies. Wait till your daddy dies. Then you could be in this gang too.
That's a threat.
Wait till it's their last meal. Gang, gang. Right? So it helped me heal.
Yeah.
That's how I dealt with my pain, and I gifted that to the world because now anybody that is going through some kind of grief, they can look at that special and they go, that really helped me. And then minute 57, I got to sit with Marlon and go, how do you feel?
Damn.
And the reality of my parents being gone hit me.
Yeah.
And in that anxious moment, I allowed myself to be vulnerable, to feel it, and to cry. And then the beautiful thing about my audience, because they've known me so long, and they root for me, because they've known me since I was 19. I grew up in their house. But what you saw was me broken at 57 minutes, me hurting, and then the audience cheers me back to life. Those laughs, those applause, like, come on, Marlon, come on. I pulled it together, and I finished out. You have to assign yourself to healing, that people are rooting for you. There's people that you could lean on. My audience was people I could lean on. I'm glad that every last single face that came to every last single show, y'all don't know how much y'all helped me heal. You're not my fans, you're my family.
Marlon, for your final course of your final meal on Earth, we have the Sweet Lady Jane triple berry cake garnished with some extra fresh blueberries, and then we have our ode to the Cipriani's meringue cake. We made some vanilla meringue with the egg whites fresh and torched it just to set it. Then we have some Blanton's bourbon on the rocks, and of course, your Liga Tridente cigars.
I have my own cigar company. That's the other thing I do, Liga Tridente cigars. So this is my signature blend, the Il Bambino. And if you look, it says Il Bambino, 723, which is me and my mama's birthday. I was born on my mama's birthday. And it says by Elvira, which is my mother's name. So my mother's immortalized in a cigar. And I know she'll be like, you know I don't like no smoke.
Trolling your mom beyond the grave, man.
Put me on something like a cake. I'm like,
you know why?
Start a cake company.
Because your mom used to have you sing Christmas carols outside your Jehovah's Witnesses dad. Like, she taught you how to do this, man.
Yeah, how to be a troll. So for the rest of my life, I'm a troll. But they're great, great relaxing. I sit down, smoke with my friends, hang out, have me a nice whiskey, you know.
Cheers, man.
Cheers. Now this cake and this cake.
Tell me about the cake.
This cake is a family favorite. For my family, we always had like cheap cake in a box. Entenmann's cake. That's what raised me and my family. The Entenmann's lemon cake.
Yep.
So it was lemon with coconut shreds. And so this was kind of the upgrade that Kim found for my family by Sweet Lady Jane's, which is a wonderful bakery. We've been going there for years, my family and I. And it's one of my favorite go-to cakes. Every year on my birthday and my kid's birthday, we have the Sweet Lady Jane's 3-berry cake.
Both of these, man, this is such LA
greatness
right here, man.
So they need to box this Intimates need to buy Sweet Lady Jane and box this. Because there is no bad part of the cake.
Yeah.
And this cake, this pie, is from Cipriani in Beverly Hills. Jeez. And I just got familiar with this probably maybe 10 years ago. Maybe 7 years ago. I was in Saudi Arabia. I was in Jeddah, and I was doing a show in Jeddah. And I ordered this pie, seen on the menu, and I was like, it sounds like it'll be great.
There's a Cipriani in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia?
Yeah. And they have, I think, a Mr. Childs. Like, Saudi Arabia is pretty hip.
They just took Beverly Hills and put it in Saudi Arabia.
They did. And then, so it's like, you have this Beverly Hills section, and then sand. Sand and like clay buildings. But they have the Cipriani's there, and it's really good. And
dude, I mean, this is an incredible cake.
It just makes me happy. It just rocks your mouth to sleep.
I want to ask you about, you don't stop working. You work 7 days a week. You've sacrificed so much. You've given up a lot. You've also
and I'm promoting a movie, Him.
Well, no, I wanted to talk about this because the tagline of that movie, and I'll watch any movie where this is a tagline, is, what are you willing to sacrifice? Now, from my own viewpoint, I generally see that and I go, probably not as much as this movie's going to show me. But you, starring as the person who sacrificed all that in that movie, did you watch it and just go, I'm willing to sacrifice the world for greatness or die trying? Because it seems like you're on that war path right now.
I'm willing to sacrifice the world, but not my world.
Yeah.
I'm not willing to sacrifice strong bonds with my family, time with my kids, saving a little space for some real healthy love. But I'm willing to sacrifice all the bullshit and transform all the energy and all the distractions into my art, right? Time is the most valuable thing that we have. And as we sit here having our last supper, the only thing that is valuable to me is time. So I want things that help me manage and create more space to have more time for the things that I love outside of my art.
You said when your parents died, the training wheels were off because your dad was always the pillar of your family, and now you had to be the pillar of your family.
Yeah.
When your child came out as trans, I know that was a big testing moment for you, for what it meant to be the pillar of your family.
Yeah.
I'm wondering what you found out about yourself through that process.
I found that my child, first and foremost, they deserve their anonymity.
Yeah.
And all children deserve, even though they're grown, to have their space to just develop and incubate in their own way. And Kai healed me. Their journey with what they went through, they were a vessel to my healing. I was broken from my mother's death. I was trying to put myself back together with my father's death. And I was dealing with this transition. God was trying to lead me personally somewhere, but I was deflecting. And God took the very thing that I love most, which is my children. And he taught me acceptance.
Yeah.
Taught me healing. My life has been completely different because of them. They brought me to the healing I couldn't find for myself. And so I'm grateful for that. Some people look at things and go, oh, it's terrible that you went through that. No, I didn't go through nothing. I went through everything God wanted me to go through, and I'm very happy.
Yeah.
And as long as they're happy, I'm happy for them. All I want as a father is I don't care about success. Y'all can live with me for the rest of your life. If you're happy most of your day, then you're successful. And all I want for them is to know that I love them. And that's all. I love you wholeheartedly for two forever times infinity plus one day.
Yeah.
So cheers.
Cheers, friend. With all this talk about God, what do you think happens when you die?
I don't know. I think you're in a box and and it's a wrap. I hope it continues.
You got a Baptist mom, a Jehovah's Witness dad.
I have no faith.
You're a man of God and you got no faith?
No
What the hell
faith.
are you doing out here?
I don't know. Nobody's ever came back from the dead like, yo, you got to die. You got to get here. This shit is popping. So for me, that's why it's important for me to live this life.
Yeah. You ready to jump in the lightning round?
Okay, let's go.
Who's the one person, dead or alive, you'd want to share your actual last meal with?
Jesus.
What song do you want to be played at your funeral?
Never would have made it. Mm-mm. Never would have made it without you.
Who's your dream eulogizer at your funeral?
I would like each one of my family members to eulogize me. My nephews, my nieces, my kids last. I want them to feel the pressure. of going last. And even though they don't like to talk, I want to hear what they have to say about me.
When you said Terry Crews had a crush on you in character for White Chicks,
he did.
Like, you think he actually
He was trying to beat this.
But like, you think he would have? Like, you think he would have hit?
No, I think
Terry
fell in love with my White Chicks character. Yeah, I start seeing him. He'd be like, oh, snowflake. I was like, hey, bro, we just acted.
Finally, Marlon, are you happy?
Very.
Marlon, if you want to deliver your last words to that camera right there.
I hope that you felt seen. And I thank you for seeing me.
Amen.
And making me feel seen.
That's Marlon Wayans, everybody. Give it up. Everyone, make sure you check out him in theaters on September 19th. Marlon,
and check me on tour, Wild Child Tour. Check marlonwayans.com. Hit me on Instagram at Marlon Wayans, Facebook Marlon Wayans, Snapchat Marlon Wayans. And let's do this. Thank y'all people, family, for riding with me all these years. My best work is ahead of me, and I think my best work is in the movie Him. Go watch it, September 19th. If you don't, you don't love me.
It really is an incredible movie. I'm not going to pull that emotional manipulation, but I will say it's an incredible movie.
The perfect way to elevate all of your meals. The Last Meals bar set is available now at mythical.com.